Valentine's Day is here. Love is in the air, and as a young single man, there's really only one way I can spend this special time of year. And that's talking about video game characters that I am deeply attracted to. My name is Ben from CH3, and if there is one thing that my friends know about me is that I love Persona 5, and I have to say right now is a great time to be a fan. Persona has never been more mainstream than it has been right now, with P5 being nominated for multiple Game of the Year awards in 2017, and moving more units stateside than the series has ever had before. Persona 5R is a real thing happening that we'll learn more about next month, and this summer we're getting Persona Q2, which many believe will be the last great Nintendo 3DS game, and Joker is going to be in some Nintendo game soon, so that's cool too. But anyway, the point I'm trying to make here is that Persona 5 is a game that for a multitude of reasons captured my love and attention in a way few things ever do. And one of the reasons why, probably the biggest really, is the incredibly strong cast of characters that P5 gifted into my life. You see, every really good JRPG gives the player a party they can connect to and invest in emotionally, and I've played many games myself that follow this rule, but Persona 5 is one of the very best to do it in my opinion. It does such a good job, in fact, that every member of the Phantom Thieves are deserving of their own video highlighting how great they are. And that's exactly what I plan to do with our new show, The Quest Log. On the Quest Log, I will analyze and discuss my favorite video game topics, my favorite characters, and really anything in between. But that's the future. This video is about the now, the today. And today, I am focusing on one tricky Ricky topic. My views on the waifu culture surrounding Persona 5. And real quick, if any of you don't know what waifu means, shout out to my parents. A waifu is a fictional character that one is so enamored with that they love them like a spouse, hence the wife in waifu. This video was inspired by, but definitely not sponsored, by Tumblr, a place a dear old friend of mine once described as a wonderful, horrible place. And really, you can take out Persona 5 and plug in any video game or series with romantic options or just any characters. Persona 5 is just a game I personally focused on because it's what I know best, but you can still use whatever points I make here in a more general sense. And just to be safe, I'm going to give a mild spoiler warning because I've beaten this game so many times and I know the story so well that at this point it's very possible I might spoil something without really thinking about it. Anyway, let's get started. In Persona 5, you, the player, get to choose from 9 different wonderful ladies to be your prospective partner in a romance, or you could romance none or all of them at the same time and suffer the consequences. 4 girls are main characters from your party, and the other 5 you meet through side quests and such throughout the main story. Again, all are rich in depth and deserve their own spotlight, but for the sake of brevity, I'm going to zero in on what I believe are the 5 biggest ships among the fanbase. A quick side note, I do feel it's important to note that everyone is encouraged to like who they like regardless of popularity, and the last thing I'm trying to do is speak for somebody else. With that said, in my opinion, from what I have seen, the 5 biggest ships from P5 are in no particular order: Futaba, An, Haru, Miss Kawakami, and my personal bae, Mikoto, with a close 6th and 7th being Dr. Takemi and Hifumi. Each of these ladies have their own positive features and impact the game story in their own way, though Mikoto, Haru, An, and Futaba get a bit of a natural advantage by virtue of their status as main characters, but that hasn't impacted the size of everyone else's fan bases too much from what I could find.
Oh, An, I love you so.
She's alright. Nothing better.
Take that back, you swine! Don't hit me. I'm fucking hitting.
And there it is. That right there is the exact reason I felt compelled to make this video in the first place. You see, it's a sad side effect of the world we live in today, but unfortunately, whenever you introduce multiple options of any sort, people, specifically the internet, will get into arguments about which option is better, and in doing so, will often bring someone else's opinion down to raise their own. I like my waifu best, and so should you too. If you don't, then your waifu is garbage. Oh, you like Makoto? Well, guess what? That know-it-all shrew should just go away. An, a ditzy blonde that is over-sexualized, and if you like her, you're just a pervert. And so on, and so on. For some reason, we as humans always seem to have a hard time accepting that different people can like different things. If you don't like what I like, then something must be wrong with you, because otherwise that would mean that I'm wrong, right? Wrong. Neither of you have to be right or wrong. Personal opinions, as long as they don't hurt or demean anyone, are allowed to exist. They're not going to shatter if everyone doesn't agree with them. For example, Taylor here is not much of a fan of turn-based games, and this handsome devil loves them. Do they call each other names? Do they trash each other to make themselves feel better? No. They accept each other's opinions and agree to disagree. But on a serious note, insecurity isn't a sin, but ship wars and flame wars, in my opinion, are just a waste of energy. Negativity for negativity's sake. I love Makoto, but that doesn't mean that I don't love An or Futaba. I just love them in different ways. And I realize that this may all just fall on deaf ears. I'm not going to pretend this is anything but a first world problem. It is an issue, however, that can lead to more serious offenses like cyberbullying, but if I'm being honest, I just feel bad for people who feel like they have to dunk on other people's fictional preferences. Because like I said at the top of all of this, the women of Persona are all phenomenal and complex, each and every one of them. Makoto might seem like she has perfect grades and a perfect discipline, but she's really just someone trying to live up to expectations everyone else put in front of her. An is judged for her looks before anyone even speaks to her, and in my opinion has become a great figure in gaming against slut-shaming, which is an issue for a different video. Futaba deals with crippling social anxiety and has tapped into the hearts of a number of people who deal with these same issues. And I could go on, and I will go on when I spotlight each member of the Phantom Thieves in their own videos. The beauty of having options like this in games like Persona is that there is something for everybody, for every demeanor, for every type of attitude. There is no real best girl. The best girl is the girl you personally like best. The one you relate to the most. It's not about who's popular, it's not about who's unpopular. Atlus doesn't care. They're not gonna put out a canon romantic interest. They just won't. They won't do it in the anime, they won't do it in any of their games. They leave the option up to the player. So what do you really accomplish by getting into arguments, and shitposting, and bullying? Does it really make you feel better? Does it make you feel like you won? Because you didn't. You didn't win anything. If anything, you lost. You lost the opportunity to make friends over something you both like. You lost the opportunity to enjoy all of the options out there. Sometimes it's not about being right or wrong. Sometimes it's just about smelling the roses along the way and not missing the beauty. But anyway, consider this more of an extended preview of what the quest log will be. Most quest log videos won't be quite as short as this one, and will focus in more on a single topic and get real deep into it as opposed to just talking about something in the grander scheme generally like this one. I hope any of you who decided to visit this video enjoyed it enough to leave a like and a comment, and maybe even share it with a friend of yours. And be sure to also subscribe to our main channel because we are actually doing a full playthrough of Persona 5 right now. We should be a couple episodes in already, so check those out. And even if you're not a huge P5 stan like I am, we have other Let's Plays with other non-Persona games, as well as skits and an occasional podcast. Anyway, I have been Ben, and I will still be Ben next time on the quest log. Make sure you're leveled up enough for the next quest.